The version 2.6 livestream for Zenless Zone Zero has just recently concluded, and the Angels of Delusion have been finally let out of the limbo state they've been stuck in as far back as before ZZZ even released in version 1.0. And of course, with their release, we'll begin a reigniting of the conversation about the depiction and portrayal of underage characters in media, how it could potentially be harmful and lead to the cultivation and safe space of sexual deviancy, and explore the flaws of overseas culture and how it bleeds out into society's just kidding. People are just going to throw around pedophile accusations more so than they already were. Alright, let's get this shit over with. I live in an area in the United States where the age of consent law is 16. But we have no Romeo and Juliet law, which is typically a legal exception for if the two consenting individuals are within an age gap of around 3 to 4 years. My polling plans for 2.6 puts the Yijuan rerun at my highest of priorities, as I've gone on for far too long without investing in the Rupture archetype, and I am also someone who's a die-hard fan of the Splatoon franchise by Nintendo, so I'm no stranger to dealing with grifters and bad faith agitators. Pedophilia is a very serious problem that has existed in the real world and in online spaces, and the appropriate steps should be taken to weed those problematic individuals out by local authorities and governments, as well as protecting any potential victims through responsible parenting, children appropriately understanding the risks of online engagement themselves, and when possible, third parties who can dedicate their own personal free time to keep their communities safe, either through exposing or reporting the offenders. The Gacha community would fall under that last criteria in this regard. So tell me, are Gacha players and creators doing anything to meaningfully keep the community safe? No. No, they're not, and far from it. Pedophile accusations in this space is nothing more than yet another categorical statement made to fuel the flames of Gacha tribalism, either directly or through implicit remarks and dog whistles depending on if the person involved has a Twitch account they're trying to not get banned. We're not talking about Chris Hansen from To Catch a Predator. We're not talking about Schlepp, who regularly exposes and takes action against actual predators in Roblox. We're talking about a handful of thin-skinned social media users, virtue-signaling bag grabbers, and mindless sheeple. They have no interest in actually improving the space, as that would require actual work. All they want to do is fling shit around over culture decisions and depictions of art that is regulated and held to different legal standards outside of their own country's jurisdiction. Said culture and art, which oftentimes depicts just about the least believable children I have ever seen in modern media. Yes, there is a pedo problem in online spaces, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend that the loudly crying face emoji is some sort of proof of openly cultivating real-life sexual offenders. Go take your complaints to the Blue Archive community. But you won't, because you don't perceive Blue Archive or its community as either a threat to your own gacha game or as a worthwhile topic to stir the pot about. And at the end of the day, that's really what the problem is. This is just yet another act of tribalism that's convenient for the other side to jump on and dismiss any opposition by scaring them into backing down with defamation and character assassination. I want you to listen very carefully right now. If you play a gacha game regularly, you are either a normie casual or an absolute nutball. If you're a normie, then you probably don't care about this stuff anyway beyond the passing comment, and you're not who I'm talking to right now. Everyone else here is a nutball. Automatically, myself included. Those of you denying your nutball status may as well have just self-reported in electrical. So with that said, I don't care what you have to say. You don't mean shit around here. I will consume whatever fictional media I want, for whatever purpose, and if I'm not harming another human being doing so, within reason, then the rest is none of your fucking business. Go ahead and dislike this video and call me a pedo all you want. You will only strengthen this video's reach in the algorithm. But for now, we're done here, and you reek of an absent job application. Now get out of my face.